Hello, I'm Elizabeth B. Otter, Executive Director of North Hamilton Community Health Center at 554 John Street North in the heart of the North End. And I'm thrilled about the initiative to reduce speeds in the North End to create safe environments. As a community health center, we are committed to the broad determinants of health. And some of those broad determinants of health are safe environments, healthy communities, and social networks. Slower traffic will improve safety, which will engage the community to take care of one another, step out of their homes, begin to understand and support their neighbors, which all enhance the health of our communities and the health of our children.
Hi, my name is George Urban, and I live at 439 Bay Street North, and I lived for 22 years down here. The problem we have is on Bay Street, the traffic gets very, very, very heavy during rush hour traffic. We have a lot of trucks coming up and down, a lot of trucks that get, they are supposed to be on the truck route and they get lost and they wind up down here, and they do have a hard time going around on Burlington Street. We have a hard problem trying to cross the street sometimes. Now I have my granddaughter with me, and sometimes to take her across the street is, especially if on this particular corner that I'm standing on, that you'd have to cross and there's no markers or no nothing, and it makes it difficult sometimes for people to cross the streets. And people don't stop. People don't, the stop signs, they're just these ornaments to them.
Hello, my name is Peter Chernetz. I live at 512 Bay Street North. I've lived down here for 35 years, and I've been watching this corner for 35 years. I would say 1% of the people at the stop sign down there do not obey it and go right through. 20% make an illegal turn. And if you're walking down there, it's pretty scary. I myself, have almost been hit a few times, people not stopping and doing that. I've seen people on bicycles almost get run off the road. When I drive down there, that's a very tricky corner. It's not laid out properly. The speed of the vehicles is atrocious sometimes, very dangerous. Sometimes they just speed right up here after a function down at Leander, or they're on their way home from work and they're just using this as a bypass rather than going through the areas of the city that they should be. So I know we have a lot of sightseers, and sometimes their view is over at the lake and they're not watching where they're going. I've seen quite a few near head-ons in my time here.
My name's Adam Onifer. I live at 58 Burlington Street West. That's between Bay and McNabb, somewhere near the end on the west end, the other side of James. We got two kids. One's 2.5, the other is just a newborn. We've been here something like 5 years, and we moved down here because there's no other better place to be in Hamilton. Everyone's friendly. There's lovely parks. It's a very nice community area. One of the things that we have noticed lately is there's been quite an influx of traffic. Especially during rush hour. It seems that there's a lot of commuter traffic down here. It seems like a lot of people want to cut through. They're in a hurry to get to the highway. They somehow think that it's easier and faster to cut through the North End. It's definitely a better drive than going down Wellington and Cannon Street. So anything that you guys can do to help reduce those commuter traffic from coming through here and cutting through and just speeding up and down the road here would be greatly appreciated.
My name is Kathleen Moore. I live at 511 Houston Street North, just south of Burlington Street. Very busy street. This is a lovely block. We have new families that have moved in with young children, school-age children, and they've made this a very pleasant place to live. We sit out, we watch the children play, we're familiar with each other's families. All of these children go to local schools. They would like to be able to go to the local parks, but in order to do so, they have to cross Burlington Street. In order to visit their friends who also go to the same schools they do, they would have to cross Burlington Street. I can't cross Burlington Street during rush hour, not without taking my life into my own hands. It's dangerous. Occasionally a driver will stop, most don't. Most just speed right by without giving you any consideration or making eye contact. During rush hour, you literally cannot cross the street.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and this is my family, Petronella, Willem, Sonia, and Charlotte. We've lived on Wood Street West since 2000, and this is a street that works in the North End because of the narrow roadway, the parking, the tight bends. This is what's going to make a healthy neighborhood.
The fact that there's parking on both sides of the street makes this a very safe road to live on. People have to drive slowly to navigate through the cars, and we feel very safe letting our kids play on the street, not having to worry about setting up pylons and other distractions for cars to worry about.
And we do need to use the streets because our lots in our neighborhood are fairly constricted within this old part of the city. We have both chosen to work within very short commutes of our home. I work here in the North End, and Sonia is working at McMaster, which is a quick cycle or a bus trip downtown. And that's really improved our quality of life, being close to our work and home opportunities and recreation as well.
My name is David Robertson. I live at 518 Houston Street North, right at the corner of Burlington Street with my family, and we have lots of kids in the neighborhood. We're very concerned about the speed and volume of traffic on Burlington Street. We were extremely excited when we heard that they were going to lower the speed down to 30 kilometers an hour. Now that they've decided not to do so, we're even more concerned. The properties here are quite small, and there are no backyards for the kids to play. There's numerous streets around, there's lots of great parks, but you have to cross a lot of streets in order for the kids to get to the parks. It's very difficult. We love to see the streets lowered in the volume of cars and especially the speed of the cars. This is a great neighborhood and it's a great place to raise a family, but something's got to change, and hopefully it doesn't take an accident before that happens. I leave for work typically anywhere from 4:30 in the morning till 7:30, and there's quite a few cars on the road at 4:30 in the morning, and then throughout the morning it gets progressively worse until we reach about 7 o'clock in the morning, where we're getting the same kind of volume as we get now, and that volume stays straight through till about 8 o'clock at night.
My name is Lee.
And I'm Jay. We live at the corner of Houston Street North and Burlington Street.
And this is Camden and Gwyneth, our children. Camden is 11 months old and Gwyneth is 3.5 years old. We've lived here since May '02. Some of the traffic problems that we're encountering is, of course, as you can tell, the noise. The noise is atrocious, yes? Okay, what do you have to say? Gwyneth says that she would like the traffic to stop. We have difficulty crossing the road to access the parks and our recreation center and the library. We know that at 60 kilometers an hour, a person who is hit by a car will be dead, and the majority of these cars and trucks travel at least 60 kilometers an hour. And we risk our lives on a daily basis trying to cross the road, going to see our relatives that live up the street. My mother and father live up the street. I've grown up on Houston Street. We've lived in that house since 1975, and when the children want to visit their grandparents on a daily basis, we struggle to get across the road. We risk our lives, and seriously, we definitely risk our lives. We've considered trying to have a light of some sort put here at this corner, but that wouldn't solve the issues. There's still very, very heavy traffic and a lot of noise when we're trying to play in our backyard. In the sandbox, it's very disruptive. Trying to have family members over for a barbecue to sit in the yard and enjoy the fresh air, we can't do it. The noise is very, very disruptive.
If the City of Hamilton really wants to revitalize the downtown area, then making neighborhoods such as this more attractive place for people to live would benefit everybody.
30K all the way, that's what we need. 30 kilometers. Blanket over all the streets.